G'day everyone. We're over here at Primal Fruits, which is not terribly far away from our place. But Cyrus is doing all kinds of rare and interesting fruit trees, which we're going to have a look at.
But yeah, and the Shatut mulberries, I think I've got 4 varieties, and this is not the red dwarf. This is the Himalayan red Shatut, which grows bigger than 3 meters.
Right.
The red dwarf is a common one, and then there's the new one that's called the Pakistan mulberry. That's a large black one,
Okay,
and
that'll be
that tree
interesting.
gets to 6 meters. So, and then of course the king white. Yeah, but let me.
Yeah, I've got a red Shatut, but
Yeah,
I grow most of my stuff in pots because
yeah.
getting a bit of a grey beard and I don't want to be up ladders
Oh
pruning.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Well, the red Shatut is excellent for pots. Well, yeah. So let me show you. So pigeon pea is really good. That's pigeon pea. So
Yeah.
there are some Indian supermarkets that have the dal tor,
Yeah.
whole oily one that will germinate.
Right.
So we're talking because they're Australian seed.
Yeah.
So we're talking 3 months to wait for harvest.
That's not bad.
And they're the highest nitrogen fixer in the world. We're talking 80 kilos per hectare. It's crazy.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't grown them before, but I've heard about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a very unusual Cape star gooseberry because this is sweet. It's pineapple sweet. So
Okay.
normally they're very sour. So I'm still to confirm how sweet it is. So we're talking maybe 3 or 4 years until it fruits. Yeah. I'll show you the really unusual stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's too much stuff. Peanut butter berry.
Yeah, I've had that before. Yeah.
Smells a bit like peanut butter berry. Yeah. There's about 2 different species, but I think we only can get this one. Yeah. And here's another interesting story. This fig is not a Ficus carica.
Isn't it?
Even though every nursery says it is, this is actually very easy to confirm as a Punjabi fig.
I'm getting a very strong hint of Indian background.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No, I'm French,
Really?
Persian,
Okay.
Kurdish, Spanish, Italian, German.
Okay. You're a mongrel like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's unusual because it's furry leaf. The fruit's furry. It's a black fruit, and it actually produces a nice fruit if it's female from seed, unlike carica, which is a 1 out of 150 chance.
Right.
So the Americans are crossing this with carica. This is called Ficus palmata. Yeah. So the Australian name for this is Digger's Heart. It's a very Australian name.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's why we don't know about the origins. Yeah. Yeah. I've told the nurseries that they're labeling incorrect, but they rather keep the incorrect name.
So people know or think
So that's
that it's a fig.
yeah. So well, that's one thing. My most interesting fig is called the dinner plate fig. The leaf is huge, but I don't think I'll be able to fruit it here because we don't have the Papua New Guinea highland wasp.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're not going to introduce that.
Well, we introduced the other wasp.
Yeah.
The government brought in the fig wasp for carica, and now there's pockets. Do you need a signature?
No, that's fine.
Okay, nice. Yeah. I got tons of elderberry. I just picked up 5 new varieties. That's black lace there. Just planted these guys 2 days ago. A sweet leaf, also known as katut, becoming very popular. If you haven't tasted, very nutty flavor in the leaf. Sweet leaf. Planted a little baby neem down there. It's true, neem are banned in WA. But because they cannot survive Perth, you can have them without a permit. So anything north of Newman requires a permit.
Mm.
So they are available to import into Perth and they're available to sell, but they're still banned. So especially north of Newman.
Right.
But yeah, so I don't know if I said that properly. So they're not banned in Perth, but definitely north of Newman. The dwarf tamarillo.
Yeah, I've had a trouble with these fruiting. I've got a few seed-grown ones and it flowers but doesn't fruit.
Oh, okay. These are self-fertile, readily.
Yeah.
Fruits readily. You can taste one. Here we go. There's fruit here.
Yeah.
Do you want to taste? That's
this is this miniature one that you've done something on.
it's a different species.
Yeah.
It's a different species of tamarillo. It's not the orange tamarilla. It's called a dwarf orange tamarilla. It's a
Nice.
different species, and the leaf smells very strong, but it has low
They do.
nicotine.
Yeah.
So, yes. I'm looking forward to finally getting fruits on this guy, the Eugenia. You can see flowers still. It's been flowering for 2 years, so still no fruit. Eugenia repanda or nagapir. So it's a small black red cherry. That's really cool. Here is a highly consumed around the world a tree spinach called chaya or tree spinach, but don't eat it now because it's
Bitter?
got cyanide in it.
Well,
Yeah,
right.
so you have to lightly cook it.
Right.
Yeah, and a variegated cottonwood hibiscus. They've been around Perth for a long time, but commercially they fail all the time because they try to sell them too much. $175 for a plant. Doesn't
Yeah.
work. So
It's got to be something really worthwhile to spend that sort of money on it.
Yeah, and because they don't sell, I wait until the clearance price is $25. And that's why I have one. Yeah. But they're the easiest things to propagate. So imagine a fruit that tastes like mango, passion fruit, pineapple.
Yep.
That's Pitanga tuber.
One of the ones we got on our list.
That you have?
No, to buy.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Excellent. Hopefully I have got some. Yeah. I love Malabar chestnut. Malabar chestnut's really good. It fruits in the shade. It grows well in indoor plants as well. And I've got many, many big ones. This year I didn't get any fruit. Lots of flowers, but no fruit. Other people said they got lots of fruit this year. So, it's hit and miss. Yeah, hit and miss. It's a panchira. So again, naming is a problem because we call them aquatica, panchira aquatica, but I don't think that one is in Australia. So this is I can get two: globula, which is the common one, and insignis, which is tropical, so I don't grow it outside.
Right.
And yeah, a jackfruit relative that's easier to grow than jackfruit, even though jackfruit's been fruiting in Perth for 25, 30 years.
Yeah, I've got a jackfruit, which I'm doing in a pot. I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah,
but
in fact, it'll fruit faster in a pot.
Yeah, it's really going great guns.
Yeah, so it's called kwai mak. It's a smaller fruit.
Okay.
So kwai mak, but no one has fruit in Perth yet because it does male flowers constantly, but not female. It needs to be double the size. Normal tamarillo. Yeah. Other interesting things here. I've got heaps of mangosteen. So there's two debates. Can I call it a mangosteen when it's not a purple mangosteen? I think I can because there's a lot of garcinias that I think are called mangosteen, but people will disagree with me. So this is called the honey drop mangosteen.
Okay.
Then there's a lemon drop mangosteen.
Yeah, I've got a lemon drop.
Yeah, they're great.
But
that one's fruiting.
You've got the purple one, which I want to ask you.
I have the purple one.
Yeah, because I'll get one of those.
Yeah.
As long as you can give me some hints on how to grow it. I've heard they're notoriously difficult.
Yeah, so Neville Passmore may be the only person who's fruited one in the dome,
Oh, Garden Gurus. Dad did that.
Yeah, Neville came out and did a film with us.
Yeah. So and there's outside the only one that's fruited is in Augusta. Why Augusta? Because it gets warmer in winter and a bit cooler in summer. So I don't grow purple mangosteen outside. I mean, they're outside now, but in winter they go inside. So it's a waste of time because it's 25 years to get fruit.
Okay.
You need 3 of them because they're dioecious, mostly. And it's just there's I have 7 varieties of mangosteen that will fruit faster and better, and some taste really good. There's even 8 Australian native mangosteen.
I might have one of those
get
instead.
Your money back on the tree dates. Yeah, they're not listed obviously because it's so rare. Like the Garcinia dulcis is a yellow fruit native population in Queensland, and that one should grow. That's brand new, by the way, in Perth. So the African mangosteen, that one there, is called imbe, and I've had fruit in this garden. They taste really good as well. Yeah. Yeah. So I grow very densely. The sugar cane's kind of pushing out some of the fruit trees. So I'm going to chop the sugar cane, but I'm not going to remove it because it's really good, food for the rest of the garden. Yes. So there's a fruiting Indian almond. People told me that's impossible, but it's been here. It's been shaded and fruiting and small for for 3 years, 3 winters, and you can see flowers on the Indian almond. Lots of flowers. I had one fruit last year that was barely developed, not developed enough. Yeah, I've heard Kakadu plum, which is related, can grow in Perth, and there's many, many in the Terminalia, uh, genus that can potentially grow in Perth. But this one is possible to grow. The aquarium industry values this greatly. They're like $2 a leaf. It's to add tannin to the water, acidity to the water, and shrimp and fish food as well. So they're really cool. They're really cool. Yeah, I'll show you the back.
Yeah.
Everything's in the back. I've got falsaberry from Pakistan. So 2 of them started to flower, and then I put them in the ground, and they stopped flowering. So
Okay.
hopefully they'll survive. But
Yeah, I've got one of those in a pot, and it fruits every year.
amazing.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
not that keen on the fruit. It's
No.
kind of small,
Yeah.
big seed. It's
Yeah,
meh.
yeah, sure. Yeah, but I haven't brought any of them. My biggest one's this big, and and I bring them inside because I'm a bit scared. So yours are outside.
Always outside
Wow.
on my driveway.
What?
The top of it died off, so I've cut it off, and it's now got sort of branches low, spreading out.
Yeah, well,
But it fruited again this year.
So a Melbourne couple told me that they fruited theirs in Melbourne by chopping it like moringa, and letting it hibernate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've pretty much done nothing to it. It's just fruiting.
I should just abandon. I've put 3 in the ground, 4 in the ground this year. So, Chinese bayberry is new to Australia and Perth. There's actually a few plantations in WA, and you can grow them from seed. I bought some fresh fruit from Costco once, but didn't have any success. And the price has dropped. Like 2 years ago, 1,800, and now they're down. Like I'm selling them for 150 to 195. So that's really, really fast decline. So hopefully every year the price will get more and more affordable.
I bought some seeds as well, but they didn't germinate.
Yeah, it's so hard. So, yep. There's tons of sapodilla here, maybe 5 or 6 grafted varieties of sapodilla.
Yeah.
About 75 types of fig here.
Well, sapodilla was on the list too, so.
Yeah, I've only got seedlings at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I sell scion, but they're notoriously difficult. This is a very interesting tomato relative called Selenium lychee. So it's a cherry-like tomato.
Okay.
So yeah, I chopped it and tried to grow the cutting, but yeah, so it was about this tall, and I just chopped it to see if it can bush out a bit more. Yeah. Heaps of custard apples, anonas. There's an Australian one called the finger sop that looks like a finger lime.
Okay.
And they're rare. They may be allowed on the rebate list as well. Look at all my plants from Victoria. Yeah. So these guys are amazing. These guys are the silverberries, the nitrogen fixing, very gomi berry, gomi berry?
Yeah.
So people have been waiting for this. So yeah, so they go through quarantine. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, watch your head. Yeah, so these are new arrivals. An Australian raspberry.
The Atherton or?
No, there's 9 Australian raspberries. This one is very rare. So it's actually called the Japanese bramble, or I call it the Australian bush raspberry. So there's the botanical name. But yeah, so they're pretty cool. They're evergreen as well. And they're native to every state except for WA. And here is a glueberry. So glueberry is a famous Indian plant, also native to Australia. Yeah, so
I have to get some of those when they're ready.
Yeah. So here's my nursery. The council has incredibly strict rules. That's why they're all in too much darkness, because I'm not allowed to put any plants I sell in my garden. Yeah. So I lose a lot of plants, but I try to have a high turnover. Yeah. I'll show you the main gardens anyway. Yeah, I'm also a collector, so I have obviously my plants in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one potentially on the rebate. Another one that's both Indian and Australian. This is from the mint family. The mint family. Smell that. Yeah. So this is a medicine plant. It does have fruit, but it's not that good.
Yeah.
In India, it's one of the most important medicine plants. One of the 10 roots of Dashamula. So this is very important. Yeah. And it grows very easily from cutting. Lots of banyan nut here. I've got a coconut here. I've got a mini coconut that will fruit even in Melbourne. The Chilean wine palm.
Yeah, I saw you had that, Yeah.
They're cool. But if you want a huge mature one, I found a nursery that has huge mature 12-year-old ones. Because it notoriously takes 30 to 40 years
Yeah.
to potentially fruit. But once it's fruiting, guess what? You've got mini coconuts.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but I can't wait that long.
I have flowers on my jaboticaba, so that will fruit soon. But I've got 3 with fruit on now.
Right.
2 with fruit on now. Yeah. A miracle fruit from West Africa. The one that turns off bitterness and sourness in taste buds for 30 minutes. You probably know that one.
Yeah.
This one of the most famous Eugenias, Pitumba. So this guy tastes like banana and apricot, and it's quite nice. It's a yellow fruit. So hopefully I'm getting fruit again. This is a blue jaboticaba called Vexator, and this is another blue jaboticaba, a different genus though. So there's some that are called, the false jaboticaba. So there's 2 genus of jaboticaba. A rainforest plum from the Amazon, flowering for 2 years, still no fruit. The Australian black apple, related to. Yeah, so this is one of the best fruits in Australia. It's a pontiara, so it's related to abiu, but it's a wild fruit. And the Americans are creating cultivars, but not us.
Okay.
No, not us. So it's native to Queensland and New South Wales. So it's black apple. I have some small ones. Relative, it's got scale. This one's got scale. I don't use any insecticide. The only pests I control actively are mosquitoes, rodents, and scale with my fingers, but not with chemicals. So when I see the scale, there's lots of scale on that. I'll scratch them off, and I have to do it. But it's probably because the pH isn't right or something. Yeah, Panama berry.
Yeah, I just use veggie oil and detergent
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
I don't have time to go out every day,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, maybe I should. Yeah, coffee, very versatile. These are in the ground, so if you, drop the acid a bit, add a bit of sulfur, you can go coffee quite easily here. And I've learned recently, I planted a second one because I've learned that they grow from cutting fairly easily.
Okay.
So coffee leaf tea, the fruit make a drink, caffeinated drink, and the seed obviously make coffee. I just eat the fruit and then plant to grow more. Yeah. Yeah, so yellow Kamala from Australia. Bolivian mangosteen, the most famous in Australia. This is called, in the Australian marketing name is achacha.
Oh, yeah. I actually got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So self-fertile and only 10 years till fruit.
Yeah.
And it will fruit in Perth. Yeah. Jujube. This is a new variety of jujube, very large fruit, but it's not at its full size because it's got to go in the ground. I'll eat that later. There's about 15 types of guava. The cherry guavas that are I've got 5 types of cherry guava here. So what's common is obviously the strawberry and the yellow one.
Yeah, I've got the strawberry, but they're nowhere near as big as that. It's prolific. Absolutely covered in berries.
Well, like all fruit trees, if you cull the fruit, you get bigger fruit. But the yellow is probably even bigger still.
Yeah, the yellows I get about that big.
Yeah. Wow, that's huge. I don't get that big. But so the other 3 I have is Rufum, which is from Brazil, purple one. Forest, which is another purple from Brazil. And then the one I just lost. I've had it for 2 years, and I decided to dig it out, and it died. Is the mountain. So it needs a colder climate than Perth.
Right.
But it was in the shade, and Yeah, so I dug it out, and it may be dead.
I
I'm
have a
just
terrible
leaving it.
problem giving up on dead plants.
I'm not giving up yet.
I've got a red currant that's been sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping after 6 months it's going to come back to life.
Yeah, well, I nearly lost a white currant, and so I just watered it, and I put cocoa peat in the base, and now it's come back. Yes. Yeah, there you go. More pitanga tubers, so these are fruiting soon. Pitanga tuber will fruit quickly. And about half of them are self-fertile. Oh, look, did you want to film some fruit there? Two big fruits there.
Oh.
They're half size. They're half size.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
And when they're yellow, I'll see them. I only saw them because I'm looking. But yeah, so so half of them are self-fertile, and the rest are. I sold one to Darren Senior, and he said they're not fruiting. They're not fruiting. So he bought another one, and sometimes even the self-sterile ones will fruit eventually. But my suggestion is to just buy one and then see what will happen. Yellow jaboticaba. This is the third most common jaboticaba, and I ate 20 fruits on this size. It's growing well. So they do okay in the ground. They're kind of tough as well. Yeah. Star apple, you probably seen them.
Yeah, I've got one of those. Hasn't
And-
fruited, but
No, but grafted ones will flower. And I had an 11-year-old seedling that I bought as a distressed plant, but it lasted 6 months and then it croaked. But that was a fruiting one, even seedling. And dwarf asahi, the little berries, superfood. Yeah. There's a marcoted. So sapodilla, see that damaged tree? That's a large marcoted sapodilla. So in my personal collection. Wallamy pine, very interesting. Dinosaur, but technically possibly.
yeah, my brother had one of those.
Yeah.
But we gave it away when he died.
Okay. Yeah, henna. Some really cool jackfruit called amber. One of the sweetest, and it's actually an improved amber. So that one tastes incredibly good, and it's a semi-dwarf as well. And that one there, that vine in the sun with the tag, that's called chocolate vine. And they do survive Perth, yes, but you need two different DNAs, two different seed-grown ones to get fruit.
Right.
So I have two now, and that one's already sold. So to a friend of mine who's going to come collect. Mushroom herb, tastes like mushroom, supposedly.
Interesting.
Well, you can try, but
This one
I
here?
don't think it does, but yeah. It's supposed to taste like mushroom. Yeah.
Maybe a little
It's
bit.
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. A seed-grown sapodilla in the ground, followed by a gomi berry right next to it that's surviving well. They grow well from cutting, by the way. Peanut tree, Australian red fruiting carragong. Here's a mountain soursop. So I like to tip constantly.
Right. And you have some soursop. My wife's very keen on.
I've got soursop. Yeah. I've got soursop in the garage, and this is not a nice fruit, and more gentle in terms of a tea from the leaf for anti-cancer. But the normal soursop actually has a higher degree of medicinal value, but not to be used on a daily basis all the time. Yeah. I've got some tiny fiberless soursop germinating now. If you want a tiny little thing.
Yeah.
They're more affordable as well. Another rare guava, the Egyptian long neck white guava.
Never heard of it.
One of the easiest ones to grow.
I think I lost my pink scented guava.
Pink scented. Never heard of it.
The fruit's actually pink inside.
Hawaiian guava?
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've got the Indian guava and a cherry guava out the front.
So I have 3 types of pink ones, 4 types: the ruby, Hawaiian, the supreme, and I had Malaysian red, but I sold all those. They're not as nice, but they're super huge.
Yeah.
The Malaysian people, Thai people prefer crunchy versus wet and sweet. Yeah.
No, the wife likes the softer Indian one.
Yeah. Oh, they're better. Yeah. The sweetest one I've ever had was Bangkok apple, which is ridiculously sweet. Yeah.
I grow a lot of this stuff for wife. Like I don't like persimmons and that. I've got one tree that produces 40 or 50 persimmons every year.
Wow.
But the wife loves them, and they're non-astringent.
Yeah. Ficus aspera, technically edible fruit, but very attractive foliage. There's clown mosaic ficus. Amla, lots of amla. A rare bell apple or wax jambu that needs water.
Oh, yeah.
That one is the Indian one, the multicolored one. I need water desperately on that one. Yeah. Yep. So I'll show you a really interesting ficus. Before that, the elephant apple. They do grow in Perth.
I have heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, sour fruit, cooking the fruit's better. Yeah, so the Burmese love them. Oh, if they find out, they go crazy. They actually come and call their community to come. Beetle nut.
Burmese food's generally not very good. I spent a lot of time in Burma.
Not very good.
If the run-of-the-mill Burmese food, very oily.
Really?
Yeah.
Fruiting jamon or Java plum. This one fruits twice a year, and it can be grown from cutting, but I rather graft, and I don't do as many as I should. The beetle nut, one of the world's most consumed narcotic.
Yeah.
20% of the world's on it.
With the red teeth.
With the red teeth. Yeah. So if you abuse it, it'll kill you. But if you take it twice a week, it's medicine, and it's very good for mental health and cleaning your teeth actually. But it'll do the opposite if you abuse it. And they're legal. I bring them through quarantine. However, there's a massive $20,000 fine if you trade the nuts. So so it's just for personal consumption. Let's see. Wampy, wampy.
Yeah, I've got a wampy. Again, in a pot, and it has just gone completely mad up the fence.
Oh, wow.
It's bright green leaves, shiny.
Yeah, great.
It's about yay tall now.
Okay, yeah. I've got two grafted varieties here, Yimpei and Gai Sam. And the Asian name, that's how I remember it, is sweeter. So that's the one.
I'll have to look what it is, because I've still got people to label.
Is it grafted?
Probably. I think it's from, I got it from Dailies.
Yeah, so it could be grafted.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. There's maybe 25 types of ginger here. The most interesting ginger can get to 5 meters tall. It's called Seed of Paradise from Uganda. And it fruits. So I'll show you that later.
Because we've got the mango ginger down.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that and it looked interesting. Because I grow a lot of ginger, but it's all just normal European, Asian ginger.
The normal ginger, there's the Queensland Gold and there's the Jumbo ginger. Those two varieties are slightly better than the normal ginger.
Yeah. This is stuff that I bought probably 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay. Hello. I'll show you some fruit. You've got a red pitanga or the Brazil cherry?
I think so, yeah, but it fruited for a couple of years and then stopped.
Mine fruits 10 months of the year.
Yeah?
It's not. I'll show it to you. And that's possible because I put in a raised bed and it's 20 years old. So I keep cutting it down. It's less than 2 meters tall. This is Blimby. Blimby is a long fruit, very sour, related to star fruit. And this has fruited, the very nice fruit, Rio de Grande cherry. They're amazing. Oh, and you know the pitanga tuber? There's one that's really long, really long. That's these ones here. They're called banana pitanga. So, so they're brand new. I don't want to confuse, there's an overwhelm, but you're in the industry, so you understand.
I'm not in the industry. I'm a hobbyist still.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm a professor of electrical engineering.
Oh, I thought you were a professor of horticulture.
No.
Okay.
No, I do this because I'm going to retire in a year or two's time.
Well,
I'm needed retired. Something to do.
50, I'm retired.
Unfortunately, I couldn't, but...
You've seen Panache before?
Yes, yeah. Haven't got that fig. I've got black genoa, white genoa, and what's brown
Oh, turkey, brown turkey.
turkey brown. Yeah, brown turkey, yeah.
Okay, I recommend Danica Blue.
Okay.
It's very large. But the best overall is Black Coronata, which, by the way, is misnamed. We don't know what that is.
Okay.
We don't know what it is.
You got cuttings of that one?
Yeah.
I might grab one of those off you too.
Yeah.
My wife loves figs.
Yeah. All right, we'll come through here. This is falling down a bit.
Yeah.
But so look, it's fruiting constantly. 20-year-old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's exactly what I got. And it's flowered, fruited.
Yeah. So it's still got these stringency, but when in summer it's a bit sweeter when the fruits are larger.
Nice.
Yeah. This is a cluster fig, Australian and Asian.
Tried to grow it from seed, failed.
Oh yeah, cutting is the way. So, yeah. But they're very expensive, those guys. I don't want to. And this is very interesting. Manihoot hibiscus. It's supposed to be. See, I thought it was not a hibiscus. I thought it was what's it called? Cassava. But then I read something about it being the opposite. That Manihoot is the botanical name, and that's a cassava. So I don't know now, but it's highly regarded, and I'm going to grow it from cutting, and then I'll do more research. That's a yam of sorts. The most interesting yam I have is Chinese synonym, which I thought was dead, but it came back. Yeah, and another Eugenia observa. Very small fruit, quite interesting. This fruited heavily. It's probably the only one in Perth. This one here. This is called Eugenia zacharari. The first time it fruited a year ago, it was sweet. But then the second time it gave me 30 fruit. That tiny little bush gave me 30 fruit. And it wasn't sweet because it fruited too heavily. It can't sustain that population. So I decided to put in the ground. That will encourage it to grow versus fruiting, because in pots things fruit.
Yeah.
They want to escape. Plants want to escape.
They do.
Yeah. Very rare lychee. Is it lychee? No, sorry, longan. This one here. This is a Queensland native. And it's very rare. It's a white wood, but it grafted on Asian longan. And that's madakusing, another related to lychee longan. This one here. The madakusing, that's a dwarf, but can fruit in Perth. And here is the blood banana. Seeded banana. That is becoming more and more common, but still quite expensive.
Ornamental or?
Fruit with seeds. So on the ornamental side, but technically edible.
Right.
Yeah, but related to persimmon, velvet apple, but you need many because they're either male or female.
Right.
Yeah. So
there is. I haven't got anything that's incredibly strange, but yeah. Well, I'm happy to give you a bit of a plug around Perth. Not a big channel. We've got 11,000 subscribers.
That's pretty good.
But
what is that on YouTube?
Yeah, I'll give you some stickers.
Oh wow, what's that?
That's a cocoa palm. So it's technically edible.
Not very nice.
People don't like it. Yeah, but the one that looks like that, a jelly palm, is delicious.
Yeah, so I think I've got a jelly palm.
You have that? That's great.
I'll have to check to see which one. No, wine palm.
Yeah, same thing.
In a pot, yeah.
Yeah, pinto, wine palm, jelly palm.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy gave me a taste of some jam that he made from it.
Bob? Was his name Bob?
I can't remember. He was at the South Perth show.
Oh. Yeah. All right.
In one of the clubs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. So,
excellent.
And a rare feijoa. It's called white goose feijoa. But unfortunately, I just learned that it's PBR'd. So I'm not allowed to, I don't know how I got it, but it's PBR'd. And that's the standard jaboticaba, which flowered for 2 years. So I'm waiting for the first fruit. I'll show you some fruits on a Primal jaboticaba.
What's that orange one up there?
Yeah, same thing. Cocoa palm. Yeah. Yeah. And right behind you there, right here. Yeah. So there's fruits on this one. So there's even more fruits on this one. That has is fruiting for the first time. I got this from a guy in Mount Nazura who said, first fruit ever.
Yeah.
First fruit ever. It's a bit dry if you want to try. So you pop it in your mouth and you discard the skin. But that one's not going to be good. It doesn't look plump. But yeah, you can eat it still. You get an idea. You pop it in your mouth and you spit out the seed.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. But it's just too dry.
It is, isn't
Obviously,
it?
it's dry. So I do. It's in the ground.
Inside is good, but
This one, Gardening Australia filmed this one, and it's fruited 3 times since May. Yeah. Yeah. So when things fruit too much, the fruit aren't as good. But I don't necessarily grow it for fruit. I grow it for seeds.
right.
Yeah. But yeah, and this is Madagascar plum, also known as governor plum. And there's another one here. Yeah. So. This is super interesting. Oh, there's some more Madagascar plum there. Because I need to cross-pollinate them. They're flowering. See, there's flowering
You've
now,
got a
but they're just not cross-pollinating.
right.
And this was a really old tree I got from Tasman. And he had lots of fruit on it, but then it got separated from its partner and decided, no, I'm not going to fruit for you anymore.
We've been there, just one in Swan Valley.
Yeah.
So,
Choose to change ownership.
yes, it has. And yeah, I have parijat, a very rare Indian jasmine. And the first time I bought it, it was a scam. It's 4 o'clock flower that you paid a fortune for. So I haven't thrown it out yet. But the real parijat is so difficult to grow. It's crazy. That's it's called the night coral flowering jasmine. Yeah. Soap nut.
Yeah.
So one in the ground and one in a pot. And I've got Malay purple guava somewhere. Yeah. Yes, I could show you for another hour, really. There's fruit on the water bush. That's a really fast-growing Australian native. Yeah. Any questions?
No, that's all great. We've got some things we'll get from you, though.
Okay.